everyone. Welcome to A Godly Home. So today a friend and I are going to be working on her firewood, and we're going to be working on it into the evening. So it is the perfect day to be joining the Croctober collaboration, and I am going to be making a 1980s crock pot meal that my mother made when I was a kid, and I think this will be really different. I don't think anybody is still circulating around this old crock pot recipe. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'm very excited to eat this. I have not eaten this in decades. So no 1980s crock pot meal would be complete without the 1980s crock pot. Okay, for this recipe, you are going to be needing some crushed saltine crackers. So let's begin with that. I'm going to go ahead and crush up a full sleeve. If I don't use them all, then I will have them in this zippered leftover burrito bag for when I do want them. And there's no sense of wasting a new Ziploc for this. Now, my mother was an amazing woman in the 80s. She could get everything done and work a full-time job too. And you never knew going into her house that she worked. Everything was perfect. And she would do this in the morning when she got up and put it on low. And then when she got home, this would be hot and ready, and it's a full meal. We're going to put our potato, our vegetable, everything right in here, so that is a complete meal that's hot and ready for the working mom as soon as she gets home from work. And I think one of the reasons why I don't really make this a lot is I'm not a working mom, and I've never been a working mom. I've always stayed home, so I just make a regular meatloaf and put it in the oven. But this recipe is amazing for working moms, or like on a day like today when I'm going to be doing firewood with a friend. This is going to be amazing. And I'm thankful for these collaborations like Croctober, because they remind me of things that I may have forgotten that I could be using to make life easier. I am going to be cutting this recipe in half because it's too much food for me, but I will give you a photo of the original recipe at the end of this video that you can take a picture of. I'm starting by putting 1 pound of hamburger into the crock pot, and the crock pot is turned off at this point. Now I've added 1/2 of a cup of breadcrumbs. Then we are going to do 1/4 of a cup of chopped raw onion. Next, we are adding 1/4 of a cup of chopped green pepper. Okay, then it calls for 1½ teaspoons of salt if you want to add that. I don't, because of those saltine crackers. And then we're going to add 1 egg. Then, because we are cutting this recipe in half, you're going to try to add 1/2 of a packet of brown gravy mix. Now I am adding 1/2 a cup of milk. Now, there's no other way to make meatloaf than to get your hands right in there and work it all in. Wash my hands a little bit here. Go ahead and turn your crock pot on at this point. Okay, next will be our vegetable, which will be carrots. I will get these peeled and sliced on top. Okay, make sure you get enough carrots for your family size. You still got quite a bit of space in here. Next goes potatoes. Okay, now your potatoes on top. Same deal. Make sure you add enough potatoes for your family. And if you wanted to make this the full recipe and get the whole crock pot full of carrots and potatoes, that would give you at least a couple nights worth of supper with just the effort of doing it one time. Okay, I'm just getting home from doing the firewood and it smells wonderful in here. Let's see. The carrots are fork tender. The potatoes are fork tender. And we looked out the window and this is what my backyard looked like. It was absolutely gorgeous. We said through the window it looked like a painting. And this is what it looked like out the side window. Okay. That's what it looks like after cooking on low for 6 hours. First, you want to pass me your use a spatula, which I never do. Okay, in case you guys didn't catch that, when I was serving the potato, one of them completely didn't even hit the plate. It went rolling across the floor and we just about died laughing. We were both so tired from doing the firewood that the whole time we were eating we kept dropping stuff. My friend kept dropping her fork and we just kept laughing and laughing. And if there was ever a night that we needed a 1980s crock pot meal, it was this night. This is what it looked like once I finally was able to get it onto the plate, and we both enjoyed it. We agreed it's not as good as the meatloaf I normally make, but for a crock pot meatloaf, it was wonderful and everything had great flavor. The carrots and potatoes just tasted so good cooked in with the meat. And we did mash the potato down with a fork and add some butter and salt and pepper. Here is the full recipe. Remember, I cut it in half for this video, and I did omit the salt because I'm on a low sodium diet and it would have been too much for me with the saltines and gravy packet. And in case you're wondering, I had put some of the apple-filled cookies into the freezer, so I took those out in the morning and they were just as fresh as if I had just made them, and we had those for dessert. And if you have not seen that video, check that out on my channel. I think you'll really enjoy that. And that was part of a collaboration also. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!